When you picture New Zealand, what comes to mind? Yeah, probably something like this. Incredible mountains, crystal clear lakes, scenery so perfect it literally looks like a movie set. And you're not wrong. It's always at the top of the list for the best countries in the world to live in. It's stable, it's beautiful, a real first world dream. But something really strange is happening in paradise.
You see, the very people who should be living this dream, the Kiwis themselves, are packing up and leaving. And they're not just trickling out, they're leaving for Australia in massive numbers. We're not talking about a country collapsing from war or poverty here. So it raises a huge question. How does a place that looks like heaven on earth become somewhere its own people are desperate to leave?
To really get to the bottom of this paradox, we need to look past all the beautiful postcards and focus on something that's easy to miss: New Zealand's geography. I mean, just look at it on a map. It's tucked way, way down in the South Pacific, thousands of kilometers from, well, pretty much everywhere. Now, that distance is what makes it feel so unique and peaceful, protected from the rest of the world's chaos. But that exact same isolation, it's also its biggest problem. Okay, so let's talk about scale for a second. The entire population of New Zealand is about 5.3 million people. Now, that might sound like a lot, but I want you to hold that number in your head, because what I'm about to show you, well, it's the key to this whole story. Yep, you're seeing that right. The entire country of New Zealand has about the same number of people as the single Australian city of Sydney. Just let that sink in for a moment. You've got a whole nation trying to operate on the economic scale of just one city. And that's a huge deal, because modern economies, well, they run on scale.
Think about it. A small population means a smaller workforce. It means fewer customers for businesses, which means fewer big companies, fewer specialized industries, and, this is the important part, fewer opportunities for ambitious people to climb the career ladder. And when you're that far from global supply chains, it becomes incredibly difficult to build a big, diverse, modern economy.
So this isolation has created a really kind of strange and unbalanced national economy. It's like a table trying to stand on just two legs. Let's look at what those two legs are.
Essentially, the whole economy is propped up by farming and property. Now, one of these is great at making things to sell overseas, but it doesn't really create a lot of professional jobs. And the other one? Well, it creates jobs, sure, but it also creates a massive economic trap for the people who live there.
Make no mistake, New Zealand is an agricultural powerhouse. The climate, the land, it's perfect for producing high-quality food for the world. But here's the catch. Modern farming is all about machines and automation. So while it's a fantastic export engine, it's not a career engine for a young, university-educated Kiwi looking to build a future.
So, if not farming, then what's left? Housing. It's actually pretty wild just how much of New Zealand's economy is just property. Buying houses, selling them, building them, financing them, renting them out. It isn't just a part of the economy. For a lot of people, it is the economy.
And this gets to the absolute core of the problem. When a country's main path to growth is through real estate, house prices stop being connected to what local people actually earn. They start reflecting what global investors are willing to pay. This creates a belief that prices can only ever go up, and it's given New Zealand one of the most insanely unaffordable housing markets in the entire world.
Now, I know what you're probably thinking. Hang on a minute. Australia is expensive too. Sydney and Melbourne are not cheap. And you are absolutely right. The exodus isn't just about the cost of a house. The real reason people are leaving is something much more fundamental.
So this isn't just a story about New Zealand's problems. It's also a story about the massive, irresistible pull of its next-door neighbor, and the one thing a small, isolated economy really struggles to provide: opportunity. Let's just put them side by side for a second. Australia is, to put it simply, a much bigger version of New Zealand. It's got a larger, more diverse economy. That means more industries, more major companies, way more investment capital, and of course, higher-paying jobs with many, many more career paths.
And here's the kicker. For a young, ambitious Kiwi, Australia doesn't feel like a foreign country. It's the same language, a very similar lifestyle, and thanks to a special legal agreement, it's incredibly easy to just pack up and move there to live and work. It's not really seen as emigrating, it's seen as a natural career move. It's just the next level up.
All of this creates a phenomenon you almost never see anywhere else: a first-world brain drain. Normally, you see talented people moving from poorer countries to richer ones. But this is different. This is talent leaving a perfectly safe, stable, wealthy country for one reason: because there's an even bigger, richer, more dynamic version of home just a 3-hour flight away.
Okay, so now let's connect all the dots and look at the serious, long-term danger this exodus poses for New Zealand's future. It's created what you could call a leaky pipeline of talent.
And the most damaging part of this whole thing is who is leaving. It's not people who can't find a job, and it's not retirees. It's the country's most valuable asset. Young, skilled professionals, fresh out of university, in their 20s and 30s. These are the future doctors, the engineers, the entrepreneurs, the future taxpayers. And they're leaving.
Now, to plug this brain drain, New Zealand does the logical thing. It brings in skilled immigrants from other countries. But this just creates another problem, what people call the stepping stone effect. New Zealand puts in all the hard work to attract talented people. They come, they get residency and local experience, and then a huge number of them also move to Australia, who gets all the benefit.
And while this is happening, there's another group of people moving in the opposite direction. You have wealthier, often older Australians moving to New Zealand, but they're not coming to join the workforce. They're coming for the lifestyle, buying up holiday homes and retirement properties, which, you guessed it, puts even more pressure on that already insane housing market.
So the solution seems obvious, right? Just make the country a better deal for young people. Raise salaries, create more cool, high-tech jobs, build new industries. But for a country that's trapped by its small scale and its geography, it's just not that simple.
See, New Zealand is caught in this really tough economic trap. If companies try to raise salaries to compete with Australia, their costs go up. That makes everything, especially building new houses, more expensive. As housing gets even more unaffordable, it just gives young people one more reason to pack their bags and leave. It's a vicious cycle that feeds itself.
And if this trend keeps going, New Zealand risks becoming the one thing many people fear it's already turning into. A stunningly beautiful country that works less as a land of opportunity and more as a pricey retirement destination for people who already made their fortunes somewhere else.
And this leaves us with this one final, really uncomfortable question. It's a paradox that cuts right to the heart of our modern global economy. Is it possible for a country to be a paradise for tourists and a safe haven for the rich, but no longer a place where its own young people can actually afford to dream and build a future?